Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ben Sturdivant. I am the Chief Operating and Chief Marketing Officer with Elite CEOs, and welcome to Mastering Marketing. We're here every Tuesday, Thursday to help you master your marketing. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. I've got a quicker training for you today. I'm going to be talking about priming your social profile. I'm going to be I'll explain this in two different ways. One, as it pertains to ads and why it's so important, and number two, why it's so important with organic. So let's start with paid ads, and I'm going to dive right into this. There seems to be a massive crackdown happening right now with Facebook ads, Meta. So whether you're running to IG or Facebook, doesn't matter. There's a major crackdown happening right now, and they are banning people's accounts. And they're doing it for all different types of reasons. But one reason that I have seen that some people don't necessarily address, or they don't think about, and unfortunately Facebook is not very clear when they ban your ad account. They give you some very general guidelines that you may have violated. And something that I have seen and that is having a Facebook page that really isn't primed for advertising. So I want to talk about that, and we'll talk about the organic side in a second. So the very first thing that Facebook is looking for is how old your Facebook page is that you're running ads from. Believe it or not, it's something that they do look at. And if they see it's a new account and there's no engagement on that account, you automatically get flagged. They're going to do things like crawl your websites. They're going to do things like search and see if there's a phone number. So a very simple thing to do if you are setting up a new business page to run for some ads on, spend a little time, pretty it up, put a cover page on it, make sure there's a profile image, preferably. Could be your logo if you don't want your face on there. This is just Tanner's page. This is what we run a lot of our ads from. But from there, you want to make sure that you get all of this stuff in this section here. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you so you can see better. You want to make sure this section that is really filled out. So, your website, your phone number. By the way, if you don't have a regular phone number, you can, or you don't want to put your cell phone or something on there, you can register a phone number with Google and get a Google, I forget what they call it, but just a virtual phone number, and you can have that just go to straight to a voicemail. So that's totally fine. But from there, making sure that people can reach you by email, your times, your category that you're in, if you have other links to other things. But then what you also need to do is you need to spend some time and you need to prime your profile with some content. And if possible, get some followers. So send it out to, maybe your team, maybe if you have some, customers already, some loyal customers or family, friends, whatever you can do to get some engagement there. Because if Facebook comes in here and they see that you have, no information, no website, or a website that doesn't work, which is even worse, they're going to shut you down. They're going to probably disable your ad account because they're trying to prevent bots, scammers, and people who just set things up and they're not really a serious business. So they're trying to protect themselves and their users. So you see, we've got our WhatsApp connection. We've got a nice background image, for the cover photo. And then, of course, content. The more content, the better. And what I would do is don't try to launch your ads the same day that you create your business page. What you want to do is make sure that you are putting some content in there. Maybe give it a couple of days, a few days of some content. So if you want, don't just throw a bunch of images up there. Schedule them out over 3 or 4 days. I put maybe 15, 20 images or posts on there just to give it some content. And then of course the more important stuff is getting some followers and having your information filled out. And so that's the ads reason, number one. You can also apply a lot of this to organic as well. Not so much anymore because most people are using Instagram in a lot of their marketing. I know we are. We don't get a ton of traffic on our Facebook page. However, on our ads, people will click on our profile and they will come here. So you definitely want to prime it for the same reason that you do organic, and that is research. We've talked about this numerous times on other calls that we've done. This is distracting me, so I'm going to pause, Tanner. Sorry, Tanner. We've talked numerous times about the lead nurture process, right? And how most of the people you're going to connect with, either from ads or organic, doesn't really matter. They're not ready to make a decision to work with you yet. Okay. So they're going to do research. They're going to look at your social profiles. So what you're really doing is you're essentially, think of it like setting up a website, but you're using your social platforms, right? So you want people to be able to go and look at things that provides good content. That's why we have our YouTube on here. Tanner's got a lot of great content on his YouTube. We have our website on here, which leads to sort of our credibility page. The same thing is true on social. So we have things that people can do and research. The way that we set up our profile on Instagram is a little bit different. And the reason for that is because we do a lot of IG shout outs. And our call to action in a lot of our IG shout outs isn't, DM us or send us a message. It's click the link in the profile. And that's what leads to one of our opt-in pages. That opt-in page obviously feeds into our CRM, where we can follow up with people, once they're a lead in our system. But the same thing is true here, having content, who you are, where they can come and see exactly what you do, how you can help people. And as they're doing research, obviously they can get in touch, right? And that's ultimately the goal. So that is all I actually had for you today. I'm going to keep this super short. Make sure those profiles are primed, especially if you're running ads. If you are doing organic outreach, I've audited numerous businesses and their profiles just look terrible. And they wonder why people don't get back to them, because I guarantee you, because I do this all the time, when someone reaches out to me and sends me a message, especially on Facebook, because I'm a little bit older, so I spend a lot more time on Facebook. The first thing I will do is I'll click on their profile and I'll go and look, and I'll look at their website, and I want to see, is this a person legitimate? Are they just trying to sell me something? And I guarantee you, if you're doing organic marketing, the people you're connecting with are doing the same thing. So try to create your profile so that they can see themselves, connecting with you. So it warms up that process a little bit. But guys, that is it. That's what I have for you today. Hopefully that short little training helps you get better results with your marketing. Have a great day. We'll see you on Thursday.